So, good morning. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for attending this very, very first NXTGEN Hightech Conference. It's great to have you all, and you came with so many, so thank you very much for that. And today we could say that we finally meet. We finally see the faces, we finally hear the voices of all those parties together, over 330. Be aware of that, 330 parties already combined within the NXTGEN Hightech program, and we are all there. We are all present here today. And we all are, in fact, dedicated to that one very specific goal, and that means that we try to take first and keep that leading role in the field of high-tech equipment. And why do we do so? Because we know that collaboration and focus is the answer to the growing competition from other parts of the world, is the answer to the political interest throughout the world. So that's why as we are here together, we know exactly what collaboration and focus could lead us to. And that is a super exciting challenge and a piece of the future. So that's why we are here and try to enable the economic earnings of this beautiful country for future generations, and of course, all together to solve those societal issues we all facing day after day. So, my name is Simon van Trier. I'm delighted and honored to be your moderator here today for the plenary session. I hope and I think that you already saw quite some demos in the foyer, in the lobby here in the Fabriek, and you will have plenty of time during lunch and afterwards to go and visit, to see your fellows here within the NXTGEN Hightech program, and I kindly invite you to make the tour and to go everywhere and to present yourself and to say, hello, this is me and this is what I've got to offer here in the program. Now, I'm going, as a start of this program, and you saw it, it's quite tight, it's up-tempo, so maybe you fasten your seatbelts if necessary, but at the other hand, just relax and let it happen, everything which has been thought of for you here today. I'm going to introduce to you Marc Hendrikse, and I'm going to ask him to step forward, Monika Hoekstra and Tjerk Opmeer. Marc Hendrikse, as you know, one of the board members of the NXTGEN Hightech program. Monika, the Managing Director, and Tjerk Opmeer, the Acting Director General, Business and Innovation from the Ministry of Economic Affairs and Climate Policy. That's it, isn't it? Now, Marc,
yes.
To start up with you. Now look at this.
Yeah.
What did you do? I mean, 4 years ago, it started with an idea. Or what?
Correct, yes.
How do you stand here if you see this?
Well, I find it amazing. I find it great that there are so many people joining the program and that we are now finally working in the program, because, like you said, it was 4 years ago. It was an idea, it was a vision. It was hard work to get there. It took a bit longer than we expected. It was a bit more work than we expected, but in the end, we are there. We are on our way. We have the first amounts of money to the projects, and it's great to see all of you here, all the projects, partners involved, but also the partners that we work together to make this happen. I'm very happy that we succeeded and that we can make it true, because in the end, of course, the result of the projects is that counts.
Of course, and let's talk about the results of these projects. What are you aiming for exactly? What are we all together aiming for within the NXTGEN project?
Well, the name as such says what it is. It's the next generation high-tech for the next generation. So we always said we have the societal challenges, and we need new projects based on the uniqueness of Dutch technology, the uniqueness of our cooperation, the uniqueness of our system engineering, combining these into new solutions for the societal challenges. And in the development over the 4 years, we saw that the economic autonomy is a very important factor, became a more important factor as well. And like I always said, we want to have control points in the new value chain that exist because of these challenges and the new transitions. And control points means that we have something unique, and that can be a technology, but it is also a cooperation, and it can be very small, does not need to be a very big thing, but it needs to be unique in such a sense that nobody in this value chain will go around you. You will always have a place at the table, and you can talk with everybody to make it happen. And that's what we aim for, both solutions to societal challenges, as well as having new control points in these value chains for sustainable autonomy, for earning power of the Netherlands. So that's the combined
Within the
goal.
NextGen Hightech program, different domains are defined.
Yeah.
So if we do not have the control points yet, we are focusing and working towards them
Yes.
within the projects
Exactly.
running at this very
Yeah.
moment. That's
Yeah.
the idea.
That's the idea, because we have indeed in those projects, we have both the uniqueness of technology and combining new technologies. On the one hand, we have the ecosystem on the other hand, which is a very important factor. It's a distinguishing factor in the Netherlands, and that's the domain as such as an ecosystem. And by combining them, we want to come up with the new solutions that are the control points.
Exactly.
So there are future control points.
But a control point is a blend of not only technology, it's about manufacturing, it's about service, it's about ecosystem, it's about collaboration. So it's not to be pinpointed and defined. Only at the end you know it, that you've got one, because no one can get around you.
Exactly. And it's indeed, it's a combination of factors, and it has to be in such a way that it cannot be copied too quickly, because then, of course, somebody else can do it the same thing. So that is because I emphasize also the fact of this ecosystem. There's much talk about, let's say, foreign shareholdership, but if there is a group in this ecosystem that has a foreign shareholder, but this ecosystem is such of an importance for the success of the projects, no foreign shareholder will take away the company, because then you don't have a business anymore. Yeah. So the more it is in an ecosystem and the more it has a unique technology as a combination, the better it is as a control point.
So we truly need one another as
exactly.
We are seated here.
So that's
in
why
those
I'm happy
domains.
to see them all here.
I fully understand. Tjerk Opmeer, thank you so much for being with us here this morning. It's a great honor. And we know that your ministry, Economic Affairs and Climate Policy, you launched the technology strategy, the Dutch technology strategy. Now give us some words how these things fit in.
Yeah, we'll try to. Well, let me first say I'm glad to be here with such an audience, such many people coming here today and showing also each other what they are working with. So it's really fascinating to be here. And if we look to the national technology strategy, which has been put forward by the ministry last month, at the end of last year, I think it's very much on what you said before: cooperation and focus. And we thought, okay, we have a lot of key enabling technologies, worldwide, but what are the key enabling technologies where the Netherlands are advanced? Where can we make a difference? Where do we have the knowledge? How can we bring that together with the different companies and knowledge institutes? And those 10 which we put forward are, I think, also very relevant for the group here when we're talking about optomechatronics, mechatronics, semicon, many other elements. And I think it's very helpful to really bring focus in what we're doing, because if we look to the world, we have a lot of societal challenges, and I think it was being put forward by Marc already. We have let's say a quite difficult geopolitical situation. We have different blocs forming. We're facing a multipolar world. So it also means that from that perspective, we need a European strategic autonomy. And I think the control points which are being put forward by you already are becoming more and more important in a way that we find how can we bring those control points forward, and what is our role from the Netherlands within the European sphere in that. And I think the focus we have with the national technology strategy can be very helpful in bringing those focus and points forward.
I think everyone here is very happy to have that strategy because, of course, as we all know, there are quite some concerns about the global playing field, let's say, but also we are all looking at Den Haag, what's happening, when will we know exactly? That is not your responsibility. I know. But my question, though, is the strategy in itself, is it at risk, whatever happens in Den Haag, or can we really rely on what has been now set and put in the strategy?
That's a good question. No, I think the strategy is not at risk. And I think if we look also to the debate we have in Parliament, the minister had a debate on verdienvermogen, about how to earn money a couple of weeks ago. And today we will have a short debate on it with different motions from Parliament. I think there the focus is on continuing with this strategy. And I think it's very clear that also Parliament and many parties in Parliament really think it's important to bring further the Dutch economy and make sure that we become less dependent. At the same time, we also see the difficulties in the financial area. And everybody is, of course, very happy with the National Growth Fund, which had been done already. And for us all, it's, I think, well, very difficult to foresee what will happen in the new cabinet. Yeah. And as we've had before, the minister indicated that she would postpone a little bit the fourth round, yeah, in order to have that discussion also in Parliament, which she had in the first chamber, so to say. Yep. And I think that is very difficult. And for us, from the ministry point of view, it's very important that we make sure that this technology, and we're also working on the growth sectors, and try to combine that with the national technology strategy, and in order to make that really combined as a strength. And we're also discussing that within Europe. Last week the minister put forward an expose in Brussels also to the Draghi team, which is very busy with the competitiveness of Europe, and they also look very eager to the way we put forward our national technology strategy, in order also to see can we bring that further also at the European level. And then I think it's very, very important if we look also to the new Commission, if they also have the right financial areas. Well, I think that's combining that would be very interesting. But still, the jury is out there about what the new cabinet will
Of
do.
course, yes. And in the meantime, we just keep on going with the good work. I mean, yeah, we have no time to waste here. Huh? We in our day-to-day business.
And our money is secured. That's also very
yes.
important.
Oh, that is very good. Thank you so much for sharing that, because that gives some air. Yes. Yeah. And Monika, yes, Managing Director of the NXTGEN Hightech Program, a super role to fulfill, but I can imagine over 330 parties, yeah, so many projects. Yeah. You have quite something to manage. How are things going?
Well, it's a piece of cake.
Well,
piece of cake. I think nobody will believe me, but if I say that, because it's 62 projects, just like you said, and they're really started. They're on the way, and they have they're eager to get going and to bring their innovations to the next level, and also to bring them to the market. Yeah. And that it's far from easy. We have 330 partners, but there are more than that actually. And if we look at all the 62 projects, think of it, there are also more than 330 lawyers that had to look at the contract with NXTGEN. So it's not an easy task, but I think a really great start now. And what is also nice to see is that the projects, for example, from Delft, from one domain, are visiting other projects in Groningen somewhere, that the network is already starting to function between the domains. So somebody from composites goes to visit somebody from agricultural or smart industry, and that's really great to see.
At one point it takes off, because you have organized the framework, parties are have their written agreements or letters of intent, and then they can go off. And that's the phase we are in now?
Yes, we signed a contract, they're working on their innovations, and I think also one thing that I want to mention, really important, we have now at NXTGEN office, we have our team in place, and a really great team. You're going to meet them during the day. Sure. And so I think that's really also important for the success of the whole program, that we help, we facilitate all the people here in the audience, but also in the project, to get done what needs to be done.
So do not hesitate to contact them. In any case, because that's also very important that you find one another. Yes.
And another point, and I want to also make it more open now, we launched NVO Open Call, and that was also recent. That's also that we managed that together with NVO and RVO. So look at our website, look at the NVO website for new opportunities to start new projects. So I think also that's important on the way where we're going to.
We are on our way. That's great. Tjerk, what would you like to convey to maybe here today to this audience?
Yeah, well, I think, as you said before, mingle, make sure that you have the right context and you find each other and learn from each other. And I think it's also important if we look to what is happening. We were just discussing the political elements, and there's also a lot of misunderstandings about what's happening and what the use and the value is of the things you're doing. So I would say also spread that word. Make sure that it's also clear also to different parties that, for example, for small and medium enterprises, this is a very, very important topic, because sometimes the idea also in The Hague is that this is only for big companies, where it is, well, I think it's clear. So I would say be good and tell it and show it all around.
Thank you. That's great. Yeah. Mike? Are you
Let's go.
full of energy for the day? Yes.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you so very much for your short introduction and
Okay.
also for once more elaborating on the importance of control points. We are heading for them. Monika, keep up the good work. But we see
Thank
each other at the end of the day.
Yep.
And to wrap
do
up
the
the
wrap-up,
day and
yes.
see what we did. Yes. Thank you
right.
very much. Give them
Yeah.
a warm hand of applause. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Marc, Tjerk, Monika.